Once my husband demanded that I look like his dead wife.
Have the surgery, or I will leave you and your daughter.
What? I don't want to have a dead person's face.
I still can't forget her. Here is the surgeon's phone number. I've already made an appointment for you.
In despair, I started searching for information about his ex and accidentally stumbled upon her social network profile. Oh my God! Monica is alive! And she lives in a neighboring town! I found the address of the cafe where she worked and went there. Monica, I'm so glad that you're alive.
What? Who are you?
I'm Stuart's new wife. He said you had died in an accident.
What? Although that does sound like Stu with his illness.
Is he sick?
I can't talk about it here. Wait for me outside.
While I was waiting for Monica, Stu called me.
Why the hell didn't you come to see the surgeon? I will find you and take you to the doctor by force.
Out of fear, I hung up and turned off the phone. What disease does my husband have?
He's a gambler. He has had an addiction for over 15 years. And whenever he loses, he turns into a beast.
Monica told me that Stu not only beat her often, but he also took her stuff to pay his debts.
He even sold our wedding rings. And I was only putting up with it because I loved him. But one day, he lost me in a card game. He wanted me to spend the night with his friend. I filed for divorce and left the town for good.
At that moment, I realized that I didn't know the person I was married to for over a year. Yesterday, he started persuading me to have surgery to look like you.
What for? Maybe he wants to take out a loan in my name.
Looks like we both have to figure this out. We didn't have much time. Stu was already looking for me.
I know who can help us.
Monica took time off from work and we got into her car.
We're going to Stu's grandma. She recently called me, and for some reason she wished me a happy anniversary.
Does Stu have a grandmother? He said that he was an orphan.
He does. And she's a wealthy woman. She supports his children from previous marriages.
He was married before?
Yes. He was married 5 times. And all his wives left him because of his gambling addiction.
I was so shocked that I couldn't say a word. How could I be so blinded by love? Soon we drove up to a luxurious house.
Monica, honey, you can walk?
Why would I not be able to walk, ma'am?
But Stu says he's suffering so much since his wife is bedridden.
We divorced 2 years ago.
I'm his new wife, and this is his daughter, and for some reason he's forcing me to have surgery to make me look like Monica. Grandma's facial expression instantly changed. It turned out that all his life she had been trying to help him quit gambling.
He lived in luxury since childhood and started worshipping money. He was ready to do anything for money and started gambling. None of his wives could stand it. Then I stopped giving him money, and I promised that if he could stay married to one woman for 3 years, I would give him an inheritance.
That's what it's all about. We were married for only 2 years, and then I ran away. And now, to get the inheritance, he wants to trick you and pass off Amy as me.
At that moment, Stu entered the house.
Granny, Merry Christmas Eve! Sorry, Monica couldn't come.
Why not? I'm here.
We are all waiting for you, dear.
What the hell are you doing here?
We are here to tell you that you won't get a cent from me. All the money will go only to your children.
But, Grandma...
Get out, liar! I don't want to see you anymore.
I will never forget her last words.
And you, dear, don't let money spoil your daughter in the future. Unfortunately, I failed this test with Stu.
If you want your children to turn out well, spend twice as much time with them and half as much money.